The history of Mongolia. From nomadic roots to global power, Mongolia's history begins with its deep roots as a land of nomads, a place where various tribes lived a life centered around herding and survival on the vast steppes. The earliest evidence of human habitation in Mongolia dates back to the Paleolithic period, with archaeological finds showing that people lived in this region as far back as 40,000 years ago. By the Bronze Age, around 3000 BCE, nomadic tribes in Mongolia began to form more complex societies. The deer stone monuments, intricate carved stones found across Mongolia, are relics from this period, symbolizing the culture and spirituality of these ancient nomads. Mongolian tribes were highly skilled horsemen, hunters, and warriors, with their lives intimately tied to the steppe. By the time of the Xiongnu Confederation, 3rd century BCE to 1st century CE, Mongolia had become a key player in the wider region. The Xiongnu were a powerful nomadic group who clashed with China's Han dynasty over control of the region. These early struggles between the nomadic Mongols and the settled Chinese empires laid the foundation for centuries of conflict and trade along the Great Wall of China. After the decline of the Xiongnu, Mongolia was divided among various nomadic groups, including the Turkic, Uyghur, and Khitan peoples. These groups fought for dominance over the steppe, but it was the rise of Temujin, better known as Genghis Khan, that would forever change the course of Mongolian history and the world. In the early 13th century, Genghis Khan united the warring Mongol tribes under his leadership, using a combination of diplomacy, warfare, and innovative military tactics. In 1206, he declared himself the ruler of the Mongol Empire, marking the beginning of the largest contiguous land empire in history. Genghis Khan's conquest was swift and brutal. He expanded Mongol control across Asia, the Middle East, and into Eastern Europe. The Mongols utilized mounted archers and an incredibly mobile army, making them one of the most effective military forces of their time. Genghis Khan's vision extended beyond warfare, as he implemented laws, encouraged trade, and promoted the exchange of culture along the Silk Road. After Genghis Khan's death in 1227, his descendants continued to expand the empire. His grandson, Kublai Khan, established the Yuan dynasty in China in 1271, ruling over both Mongolia and China. Under Kublai Khan, the Mongol Empire reached its zenith, covering vast stretches of Eurasia, from the Pacific Ocean to the Carpathian Mountains. However, the Mongol Empire was too vast to maintain. By the 14th century, internal struggles for power among Genghis Khan's descendants, as well as the logistical challenges of managing such a vast territory, led to the empire's fragmentation. The Yuan dynasty in China was overthrown in 1368 by the Ming dynasty, and the Mongols retreated back to their homeland. The post-imperial period saw Mongolia divided into smaller khanates. In the 16th and 17th centuries, Buddhism spread widely in Mongolia, with the influence of Tibetan lamas shaping Mongolian spirituality and culture. By the 17th century, Mongolia came under the control of the Manchu Qing dynasty of China. The Outer Mongolian region was ruled as a part of Qing China for nearly 2 centuries. The fall of the Qing dynasty in 1911 created an opportunity for Mongolian independence. Under the leadership of Bogd Khan, Mongolia declared independence. Although it wasn't until the 1921 revolution, with the help of the Soviet Union, that Mongolia firmly established itself as an independent nation, leading to the creation of the Mongolian People's Republic in 1924. For much of the 20th century, Mongolia was a socialist state closely aligned with the Soviet Union. During this period, Mongolia modernized its economy, infrastructure, and education system, though at the cost of traditional nomadic life. Many monasteries were destroyed during Stalinist purges, and Mongolia became a highly controlled state. After the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991, Mongolia transitioned to democracy, embracing a new constitution in 1992 and opening its economy to the world. The 21st century has seen Mongolia rapidly develop, driven by its rich mineral resources, particularly copper, coal, and gold. These resources have fueled an economic boom, although Mongolia still grapples with balancing modernity and its nomadic traditions. Today, Mongolia remains a land of incredible contrasts. Its capital, Ulaanbaatar, is a bustling urban center, while the vast majority of the country is still inhabited by nomadic herders, continuing a way of life that stretches back thousands of years. Mongolia's history is one of resilience and adaptation, from the rise of the world's greatest empire under Genghis Khan to its emergence as a modern nation navigating the challenges of the 21st century.